For many, the college experience holds no earth-shattering legends or moments in the spotlight. Only the day-to-day reality of the ordinary, filled with confusion, struggle, and quiet personal growth. It is not the passionate romance often depicted in movies and TV dramas. Instead, it consists of countless ordinary days and nights, groping for direction amidst uncertainty, holding fast to one's identity despite feeling unremarkable, and embarking on a gentle journey toward making peace with an imperfect self. Lin Jixia's 4 years of college embody the authentic experience of countless ordinary students. Ordinary, quiet, and unassuming, yet deeply passionate and moving. Upon first stepping onto the university campus, Lin Jixia was overcome by an unprecedented sense of inferiority and bewilderment. Leaving behind the high-pressure environment of high school for the open freedom of college, she found herself surrounded by people who seemed vibrant and dazzling. Some were socially adept and poised, effortlessly fitting into various circles. Others excelled academically, displaying exceptional talent and ranking at the top of their majors. Still others were multi-talented, singing and dancing, shining on stage, and garnering thunderous applause. She, however, was utterly unremarkable, possessing no standout talents. Quiet and reserved, she lacked social skills and special abilities, and her grades were merely average. She was the sort of person who would instantly vanish into a crowd. During the freshman self-introductions, watching her classmates exude confidence and flair, she clutched the hem of her shirt, her voice trembling with nerves. She rushed through a brief, perfunctory introduction before hurrying off the stage to retreat quietly into a corner of the crowd. In that moment, she felt acutely that she was the most inconspicuous person on campus, insignificant and ordinary. Throughout her freshman year, she lived cautiously, weighed down by timidity and anxiety. While those around her eagerly signed up for clubs, entered competitions, expanded their networks, and threw themselves into exciting activities, she never dared to take that first step. She feared making mistakes, being laughed at, or drawing attention to her own awkwardness. Consequently, she chose to close herself off, hiding away within the safety of her comfort zone. While others were busy enriching their resumes and leading fulfilling lives, her daily routine was a monotonous cycle moving between 3 points: the classroom, the cafeteria, and the dormitory. In her spare time, she mostly lay in bed scrolling through her phone to kill time. She would secretly envy the exciting lives of others, only to immediately return to her state of listless idleness. She felt anxious about her own mediocrity, yet refused to take the initiative to change, squandering precious time in a cycle of internal conflict and procrastination. The moment her final grades were released, the reality of her situation snapped her out of her aimless haze. A full year of slacking off had left her ranking at the bottom of her class. She had barely scraped by in several subjects, standing in stark contrast to her peers who were making steady progress. Gazing at the glaring figures on her report card and seeing the awards, certificates, and honors her classmates had earned, Lin Jixia felt a profound sense of disparity and panic for the first time. The dormitory was exceptionally quiet late at night. Her roommates were either studying for exams or planning their futures. Everyone had clear goals and a direction forward. She alone had squandered her time and achieved nothing. She had no special talents, no academic accomplishments, and no plans. She didn't even know what she wanted from the future or where she was headed. A long-standing sense of confusion and self-doubt welled up within her, and the weight of her emotions shattered the illusion that she could simply coast along. She finally understood that mediocrity itself wasn't the problem. The real tragedy lay in resigning oneself to it, letting oneself go, and accomplishing nothing during the prime of one's youth. From that night on, Lin Jixia resolved to bid farewell to her lazy self. She decided to quietly hone her skills and improve herself, even when no one was watching. She stopped indulging in futile envy and mental anguish, and stopped blindly following the pace set by others. Instead, she calmed her mind and began to find her own rhythm and direction. She deleted time-consuming entertainment apps from her phone, broke the habit of staying up late and procrastinating, and reorganized her daily routine. She stopped lazing in bed in the mornings, heading instead into the early light to study at the library. She stopped wasting her free time immersing herself in the study of her major, and she stopped staying up late for idle amusement, choosing instead to review what she had learned and build her knowledge steadily. She did not rush for quick results or expect overnight success. She simply focused on making small changes and steady progress, step by step. When her academic foundation was weak, she filled the gaps starting with the simplest concepts. When faced with complex professional topics, she repeatedly attended lectures, consulted reference materials, and humbly sought guidance from teachers and peers. When afraid of public speaking, she took the initiative to speak up in class, gradually overcoming her timidity and fear. It was a solitary path, devoid of applause or companionship, and often misunderstood. Roommates who once shared her habit of slacking off teased her for being too serious, believing college was meant for leisure rather than self-imposed pressure. Meanwhile, classmates busied themselves with socializing and chasing fame or fortune, with few grasping the significance of her quiet perseverance. Through countless dawns and late nights, the library remained nearly empty. In the vast, silent study hall, only her figure could be seen, bent over her desk, studying and quietly honing her skills. The process of change was never easy. There were countless moments when she wanted to slack off, hit frustrating bottlenecks, or give up out of sheer exhaustion. Watching others have fun and laugh freely, she felt envy and wavered in her resolve. Yet, whenever she recalled her past struggles and frustration, and the original determination not to squander her youth, she would grit her teeth and push through, enduring the tedious, lonely periods of self-improvement time and again. During her sophomore and junior years, she shut out the noise and restlessness of the outside world. Refusing to compare herself to others, follow the crowd, or succumb to anxiety, she focused entirely on her own growth. Day by day, accumulation and subtle, gradual shifts transformed her state of being. Her grades, once at the bottom of the class, rose steadily until she ranked among the top students in her major. Her personality, once timid and insecure, became composed, steady, and confident, and she, who once possessed no particular talents, forged solid professional skills and a resilient character. She began actively participating in professional competitions and academic projects, repeatedly breaking through her limits to earn her own accolades. She stepped onto the podium with courage, delivering presentations and defenses with poise and confidence, no longer afraid of the public gaze. She learned to socialize sensibly and treat others with kindness, finding friends who shared her values and gradually blossoming into a poised, at-ease individual. No one knew that this confident, accomplished young woman was once an insecure, timid, and mediocre girl, trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and internal struggle. Everyone sees only her dazzling achievements and the quiet confidence born of inner strength. Yet no one witnesses the countless, unseen days and nights where she silently endured loneliness and fatigue, all while holding fast to her passion and determination. As the final semester of senior year arrived, the campus was filled with the mingled air of farewells and accomplishments. Some students, having squandered for years with nothing to show for it, found themselves anxious, lost, and hitting dead ends. Others, having followed